Hello and welcome to my creative interpretation for the Stick It Down Challenge for February. I really wanted to use this Tailored Expression embossing folder that has the wonderful little conversation hearts all over it. These were a staple in my childhood, and I love this color because it reminds me very much of one of the colors in the Conversation Hearts little box. So what I wanted to do is cut out some hearts and then also put them through the embossing folder, but highlighting some of the little candy hearts. So I decided to highlight 3, and one is, "Hey there, you rock, XOXO." So before we even get to the sentiment, we have like a little secret message on the front. So I chose to color these little hearts in with some similar colors to what you would see in the Conversation Hearts candy box. These are all Spectrum Noir markers except for this first purple one, which amazingly kind of matched the paper I used. The paper is Stampin' Up, but this is a Copic marker. It is BV31 Pale Lavender. I only have that one Copic color in that shade, so I just used it a couple times to get some darker and lighter areas, but I did use LY and CT ones of the Spectrum Noir in the yellows to give it a little bit of shading, and then the PP1 and PP3 to give some shading on the pink one as well. And then I went back with my white gel pen and wrote in the letters again because the ink did bleed a little bit into the letters and I wanted the words to be nice and crisp and clear. Next, I tried to really get a good placement on the hearts because I wanted them to really line up with the background, and so it was a little tricky getting the glue on there and then making sure I could get those lined up nice and neat before the glue had them set. I used a different love die that I had also from Sizzix than I did in my literal card interpretation. And then I used this very old Stampin' Up set that has just the word you and a die from My Favorite Things to cut out a very small banner. Because the colors used to color the candy hearts are from my pen collection, I don't have exactly matching paper. So in order to get a matching love word, I decided to use the pink markers and just color some white paper and cut my love word out of that. I also added some Spectrum Noir sparkle pen directly to the paper before I even cut out the shape so that it would be nice and sparkly on my card. Once again, I have issues with the little bumps from the die going into the paper, and tried to roll that out as much as possible. And then I get my sentiments on there, and I didn't pop anything up this time. And the background paper I wanted to use, I tried the yellow, but it just didn't go with that purple, and it was very bright, and so I added some pink also from Stampin' Up that matched the pink that I used. I chose to round the corners of all the paper, the background, and the main front of the card as well. And I used the smallest rounding punch on the one that I have. And I also did that to the white card base as well, so that all the corners were rounded and matched each other. I got out a few different bags of sparkle blends. This was actually, I think, a baby set, but I found some pieces in there that I liked that kind of matched the colors that I used and had some interesting shape and texture to them, and just added a few of those to my cards just to kind of finish it off. Find all the details about the Stick It Down Challenge in the description box below. Thanks for watching.